Hi everybody, it's the Love Aunt here. Today I'm going to be sharing some incredible wisdom from the Yogic Master Sri Yukteswar, and I'll be looking at a dating topic that is otherwise known as one-itis. That's not when your eyes are gungy, it's actually a condition that's romantically transmitted, and you'll know that you've got it when you're transfixed on one person and one person only, despite knowing that the Earth's population is in the billions. I'd say from personal experience that some people are more inclined towards catching it than others, and those of us that suffer from one-itis are usually romantic and loyal people, which are fantastic qualities to have in relationships. But the time when one-itis is usually picked up is during a breakup and when we're trying to get someone back or trying to get with someone to begin with. So it's experienced when we're in pursuit of someone that we don't currently have, but we want. I want to look at this because it's a very interesting part of human nature to want what we don't have. And so I want to break this down today, and to do so, I'm going to be referencing from a famous book called Autobiography of a Yogi. If you're new to the channel, then I'm a spiritual love coach specializing in breakups and anxiety. I'm also a gay woman, and I've got first-hand experience of everything that I discuss from my own pain and suffering. And now I help other people to transform themselves through their pain after heartbreak. So the fuel of one-itis is desire. And when we desire something really badly, we can get blind-sighted tunnel vision. This has happened to me, and I once obsessed over a woman for 3 years that I wanted, and I didn't have the slightest bit of interest in finding anyone else. But when I look back now, though, because my desire for her is no longer present, it's so clear to me how I fooled myself because A, she really wasn't a great person and she certainly wasn't worth it. And B, I spent so much energy on someone that didn't want to be with me when there were many more options available that could have given me a lot more. I had read Autobiography of a Yogi a long time ago, and sadly I didn't remind myself over these years of one-itis over an ex the effect of desire on scarcity, because I probably didn't want to admit I was down that rabbit hole again. But for the sake of you, I'm going to share with you some incredible wisdom from the Yogic Master Sri Yukteswar, that was the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda that wrote the book Autobiography of a Yogi. Sri Yukteswar shared a story with Paramahansaji, and he said that when he was a child, the next door neighbours, they got this ugly dog, and for whatever reason, he liked it so much that he got obsessed with wanting it. So he went to his parents and he said, I want that dog, and his parents told him, you can't have that dog, but we'll get you another dog, whichever dog you want. And he replied, I don't want any other dog, it has to be that dog. So he pestered his parents for ages about getting that dog next door. And he turned down all offers from them of more attractive dogs because he was transfixed that it had to be that ugly dog. That was the one he wanted, no others. He shared this story for the moral that he wanted to give Paramahansaji. He told him, attachment is blinding. It lends an imaginary halo of attractiveness to the object of desire. Let me repeat that for you. Attachment is blinding. It lends an imaginary halo of attractiveness to the object of desire. And wasn't it Buddha that taught attachment is the root of all suffering? So we get an attachment to our desires, and then the object of our desire, in this case a person, starts to shine with a halo effect. And that's where we get stuck into scarcity. But how many times have you heard of someone become obsessed with a person or a dream of having something, whether it be a house or a car, a lover, a job, and spending years fixed on that desire, only discover that when they get it, eventually, it doesn't quite do it for them in the way that they imagined it would. The having of it seems to dissipate the desire, and that's because the halo around it disappears and you get to experience it for what it actually is, not for the shiny illusion that your attachment and desire created. When anybody gets stuck in a scarcity one-itis mindset, this, as what Sri Yukteswar described, is exactly what's happening to that person. When we're not attached to our desires, then we don't mind having something or not. But the more attached we are, the more we get convinced that we must have it and we want it. In my cases, it's probably the same for you if you've got one-itis. My desire had convinced me that it had to be that one woman. She was the greatest, she was the only one for me, she was the most beautiful, with the sweetest voice, the nicest lips, the best smell. In my eyes, at one time, she was everything. But when time went by and someone else turned up that wanted me and I liked her, my attachment and desire faded for my ex because the world of possibilities was opening up. And then the rose-colored glasses came off and I was like, hang on a second, she isn't really half as remarkable as I thought she was. And then what on earth was I even thinking? So I remind myself of Sri Yutaswa's moral, and I realize that's exactly what happened to me. And from having that experience where I fell down the rabbit hole and I finally emerged 3 years later a changed person, I catch myself when I sense that I'm about to go into tunnel vision and scarcity over women, and I consciously open my world up. Because I know to be true that there's not just one person. No matter how romantic we want to get, we can choose one person if that one person is also choosing us and it's a good relationship. But if that person isn't choosing you, then try not to get fixed on them by cutting yourself off to other options. Because I can assure you, even if you can't see that you have options currently, you always do, and all that it takes is a little opening up to the possibilities. So I want to hear, tell me about your own experiences with one-itis in the comments below, and I hope that what I've shared today will help you. If it has, then you can help my channel because I'm new by giving me a like, subscribe and share, because it all helps. And if you want to get my help with your situation, then I offer email coaching and the details can be found in the description box. If you've liked today's topic, then you can check out some of my other videos about breakups and anxiety. And if you've got a question that you'd like me to answer in a video, then you are welcome to email me at theloveon@gmail.com. For now, thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you again next time.